Shabbos, chapter 18, Mishnahs 2 and 3.
Shalom to all. Today we're going to learn Masechah Shabbos, Parak Yud Ches, Mishnah Beis, and Mishnah Gimel. And today's Mishnah is being learned because Yerushalayim Zalman of Zugas from Resnik to V'chayis Chalotzim. They should be gebenched with us Sachat Tzlach and Siyat Dishmaya, good health, Parnasa B'Shefa, and Chol Tov Sela, and B'Schos Esther Bas Rachel. She should be Zeicher to find her Zivuk Hagun B'Karav Mamish. And Mishnah Beis tells us Chavile Kash v'Chavile Eitzim v'Chavile Zradim, bundles of straw, twigs, or branches. Are they muktzah or not? So imaskinon lamachal behema, if he had prepared them for animal food, he bundled them together because he intended to give them to his animals to eat. Metalplonoi son, so he's allowed to move them because they're animal food. Vimlav, but if not, in metalplonoi son, he's not allowed to move them. That's because they're going to be used for firewood, and firewood is muktzah on Shabbos. The Mishnah continues, Kaifenes asal lifnei ha'afroichem kedei sheyalu v'yerdu. One's allowed to take a basket and turn it over in front of little chicklets so they can go up and down. Little chicklets like jumping up and down on things, perhaps they practice flying like this, so he's allowed to take a basket and turn it over for them so they can jump up and down on it. Now the question is, why would this be usur that the Mishnah has to say that it's mutter? So the reason why this would be usur is because when the chick is on the basket, it's not allowed to be moved, because it's a basis l'davar ha'asur. Now we've learned regarding using a kli to catch oil dripping from a lamp that there's an isser called bittul kli mehechanai, canceling kli's usefulness, and here it would seem that he's being mevatel kli mehechanai when the chicks are on it, and so therefore he shouldn't be able to turn it over. Now the reason it's mutter is because they're always hopping on and off, and they don't remain there for a long period of time. Therefore the basket doesn't become a basis l'davar asur, so no problem, he could turn his basket over for the little chicklets. The Mishnah continues talking about animals. Tarnagayla shabarcha, a chicken that ran away, and he doesn't want it to get harmed or something happened to it, and he wants it to go back inside its pen or back into his house. How does he do that? He can't lift the animal's muktzah. So he could push it until it goes in, which means he could kind of push it along with his hands until it goes into where it needs to go. He's not allowed to grab a hold of it and move it along like that, because we're afraid he's going to actually end up picking it up. But now regarding different animals, it's different. Medadin agal musyachim b'Rosh Hashanah. He is allowed to shuffle along calves and young donkeys in Rosh Hashanah. Shuffling it along means he's actually allowed to grab onto its sides or onto its neck and pull it along. Over here, we're not afraid he's going to end up lifting it up. Now moving on to people in Rosh Hashanah, Isha medada esbena, a woman could shuffle along her child in the Rosh Hashanah. Rav Yehuda says, Emasai, when is that? That's only if the child is picking one up and putting one down, which means he's lifting his feet and he's also walking as his mother is pulling him along. But if he's being dragged, meaning if the mother's dragging her child and he's literally not walking at all, it's usur, because then it's like she's carrying him. Moving on to Mishnah Gimel, going back to talking about tircha on Shabbos. No birthing an animal on Yontif, and for sure not on Shabbos. This refers to when an animal is giving birth, so the baby animal starts coming out. A person is not allowed to grab a hold of the animal and pull it out. That's because it's tircha yasera. Aval masadin, but one can help out, which means once the animal comes out, he could put his hands there to make sure it doesn't fall, and that's not considered tircha yasera. Now once we spoke about birthing, the Mishnah says, isha b'Shabbos, we are able to help a woman give birth on Shabbos. Not only that, we can call a midwife for her from one place to another, even if the midwife is outside the tchum. So the midwife is going to have to come from really far to help this woman give birth. No problem, midwife's allowed to come. Enu mechal eno le'asa Shabbos, we can mechal Shabbos for whatever this woman who's giving birth needs, v'karshen es hatabor, and we can tie the umbilical cord. Rabbi says, av chaytchen, we can even cut the umbilical cord on Shabbos, and that's the halacha. And mechal tzarech mila eisen b'Shabbos, anything necessary for bris milah as well is permitted to do on Shabbos. We're going to stop here for the day, pick up tomorrow with the 19th parak, Mishnah Aleph and Beis. For now, everyone should have a wonderful day.